morning and welcome on this beautiful spring day to First Unitarian Church of Rochester's online worship. Our mission here is through spiritual connection and community. We listen deeply to others and ourselves, open to wonder and transformation, and serve together with love and humility. I'm Shannon Foos, your membership coordinator, and leading worship today we have Reverend Sherry Halliday Kwan, Reverend Margalie Bellazer, Sheila Shu, Kala Schwartz, Galen McCormick, Tommy Snell, Arson Jamkochin, Petra Page Mann, and the First Unitarian Choir. What a bunch. Behind the scenes, we have our ushers and greeters, of course, making things safe and happen so that we can all come together. We also have Chat Chaplain Susie Farrell on hand, so if you're going through a hard time or if you're worried about someone else, please feel free to reach out to her or anyone from our pastoral care team, including Reverend Margalie. Please note that today we have a special stewardship event after service, and we'd love to see you there. Also, later in the service, we will be performing our child blessing and dedication ceremony, one of my favorites. And once again, we will do the elements of earth ritual. So please gather, if you can, a bit of dirt, some water, and a chalice or candle so that you may participate in the ritual. And for those of you who are newish to First Unitarian, please join me for UU 101 at 11:30. Look for the link in the chat. Now, let's all take a deep breath together as we settle into this sacred time and place. Please join Sheila Shu, our Director of Religious Education, in saying the children's chalice lighting words, followed by our adult lighting words.
So we're going to begin by learning the ASL that we began to learn last week. And so I'm just going to show you the signs first and how I remember them, and then we'll read the rest of it together. Okay? So the first thing is to raise your eyebrows because you're calling attention to the first sign. And on this equinox, the first sign is really awesome. It's life, like this. 2 thumbs up. Life, and then a gift is a gift. You point to it. Look what I have. G, like grabbing something, G. I, F, T like a turtle. Then, wow, holy cow, we're so lucky. It's amplified, right? And then we cherish it. We bring it into ourselves and we hold it close. Then we give thanks. This part is new this week. So we is pointing to yourself on one side, and it's like crossing the bridge of your heart to another. We gather. So you look down at your hands and like, we're gathering. Yep. And then as a community, we gather in community. And then the last line for today is going to be to open up your hand and wonder. So it's like we gather and wonder today, and then that's as far as we'll get with the ASL. And then we'll read the rest of it. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? To celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift.
May the flame we now kindle inspire us to use our power to heal with love, to help with compassion, to bless with joy, and to seek liberation in the fullness of community.
The Waters family was a very happy family, except for one thing. Their kid Patsy never wanted to take a bath, and they got dirtier day by day. Eventually, Patsy had a full inch of dirt on their skin. Patsy's moms knew just the thing to do. They went to talk to Mrs. Pigglewiggle, Mrs. Piggle-Wiggle always knew what to do. Of course, Mrs. Piggle-Wiggle had a great idea. She gave them a bag of radish seeds and told Patsy's moms to plant them into the dirt that coated Patsy's skin. So at night, Patsy's grandma planted the radish seeds. When Patsy woke up, they saw little leaves sprouting up from the dirt. "Ah!" they screamed. Patsy's mom came into Patsy's room to see the radishes growing. So Patsy's mom picked the radishes right off, and Patsy finally took a bath. And the Waters family enjoyed a delicious radish salad.
That story reminds me of one of my all-time favorite chants. You may remember it from our winter solstice. It's earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Let's sing it together.
Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit.
What a joy to be with you on this intergenerational Sunday. It's one in a series of times we gather across all ages here at First Unitarian. And we have this habit of being, this rhythm that places us into the cycle of nature, where we begin our church year together with the gathering of our waters. At our ingathering, our homecoming celebration, we lift up the element of water. And then a few months later, in our celebration of Memory Tree, air and spirit are imbued and woven through the memories of the people who have died, whom we miss, whose stories and legacies live within our breath. We continue our year with fire at our winter solstice, and it is a celebration to behold. It is so good to be with all of you. And so we continue now with the element of earth, dirt, muck. We plunge ourselves into the ground, now unfrozen. And though there may be a little bit of mixed feelings about this, I know in some ways the muck of this week has felt heavy, has weighed us down. It is also the mother that births all possibilities. And so we ground ourselves this week with a meditation from church member Galen McCormick, who invites us to settle into the ground, into the dirt, into the earth, and get to know it just as it knows us.
As we prepare to spend time looking at and appreciating the land around us, I invite you to move to a window or adjust your seat so that you can see outdoors. And if that's not possible where you are this morning, I've provided some pictures from the Unitarian Church Gardens. As you settle in, feel your feet on the floor, your bum on the chair, the support we are receiving from the earth. Breathing in slowly through the nose, feeling the cool air enter and the warm air exit the nose. Noticing the breath, not striving to make it different. As you look outside, noticing what's there without wishing it were different. Perhaps in your yard, there are small buds starting to emerge. Perhaps some crocus have come up. Even the weeds will start to come back again now. And as you notice them, I wonder what is emerging for you right now in this season. Gently breathing and simply noticing what arises without needing to change it. If your eyes have been closed, let's gently bat the eyelashes and open the eyes. Notice anything that might be moving with a gentle curiosity. What you're seeing around you, or what you're seeing here in our garden, it's already enough, just as you are already enough. As we prepare to move into our service, I invite you to take one deeper breath and release that with a sigh.
like a quiet meditation or a meandering and loving piano piece from Urson. So much that happens below the ground, within the dirt, appears to be pure stillness, but is movement. Slow, methodical churning. This last year of what could be considered a fallow period in our lives has been, for me, buoyed by this poem from the Reverend Lynn Unger, the Unitarian Universalist. She writes, "Imagine, of earthworms, the only thing that God requires of them is a persistent wriggling, moving forward, passing the earth through that crinkled tube of their bodies in a motion less like chewing than like song. Everything they encounter goes through them, as if sunsets, drugstore clerks, diesel fumes, and sidewalks were to move through our very centers and emerge subtly different for having fed us. Looser somehow, more open to the possibility of life. They say that the job of angels is to sing to God in serried choirs. Perhaps. But most jobs aren't so glamorous. Mostly, the world depends. Well, it depends upon the silent chanting underneath our feet. To every grain that enters, welcome. To every parting mote, be blessed. Last year, around this time, I encouraged all of us to rest when we needed to drink plenty of water, and to care for something living besides ourselves. I took that a little to the extreme, and I brought in houseplant after houseplant, and some of you did the same, and some of you thought, that's nice, I'll see it on Sunday mornings, but not for me, thank you very much. But this year is a new year, a different time, and spring returns to us, and this act of planting, well, I suggest we take it outside this year. And not even suggest, for most of you, well, we've highly encouraged, we've sent you seeds, which you can plant indoors, but I recommend outside. And you don't even have to take my word for it, because to be quite frank, my secret to houseplants is when they die, I buy more. But there are people with greener thumbs than my own. And so I invite Petra Pageman, a Unitarian Universalist who grew up in our congregation, who now runs Fruition Seeds, to share with us about the bachelor button seeds that we sent to all of you with your stewardship packet.
Friends, first, it is just such a joy to join you this morning. Thank you for welcoming me. I feel at home at any distance, so close and never so far. And when people ask if I have children, I say yes, and great, great, great grandchildren. And I put them in packets. And if I think they have a sense of humor, I might add, and you can eat them. And they will become you. And those bachelor buttons, also called cornflower, they are edible if you didn't know. Those beautiful blue petals, as blue as the sky above us today, they are delicious. In fact, they don't have much flavor, so they'll be as delicious as the cupcakes that you put them on, or the salads that you festoon. But I hope that you know that well before they actually flower, they will surround you with such beauty and abundance. Their leaves look like silver feathers. And if you have never sown a seed in your life, I am right there with you. And if you have sown seeds for twice, 3 times my lifetime, I am also right there with you. And know that on our website, fruitionseeds.com, you will find directions of how to grow these bachelor buttons. And you can also just hang out with us, whether it is online, on Facebook, on Instagram. You can send me an email. I would love to accompany you, and I'd love to send you this little book. We have a PDF that you can print of our Rise and Shine Starting Seeds with Ease book, and send me an email, petra@fruitionseeds.com. It's 40 pages of how to start seeds indoors, outdoors, all kinds of details. So many things that we've learned the hard way so that you possibly don't have to learn things such a hard way. And I would love to share all of these things with you and more. So many of you I've already spoken to and connected with, perhaps even shared seeds with. I can't wait to see and hug you again one day. And for those of you who were just meeting for the first time, know that this is not the last. That I am so, so grateful to share these seeds with you all as my family, as you are our family too, as we are all this family learning how to grow and be grown together. For the seeds and for the sun and for us all, thank you for sowing these seeds, and thank you for knowing you are not alone.
Petra, before you go away, I'm going to pull you back and let's pretend like I have never sown a seed outdoors, which might be true if I think of it. Can you give me the quick recipe for sowing a bachelor button or a cornflower outside? And we'll go through it step by step as a recipe for living also.
Oh, this is a game I want to play. Yes, thank you for the invitation. So you have 2 options. One, you can direct sow them. Another, you can transplant them. So if you don't have a great seed starting setup, if you don't have a grow light, if you've never started seeds indoors, I highly recommend direct sowing them. And that will require a little bit of patience. Because even though the sun is shining and I'm about to take off this sweater, it's going to frost again. And oh my gosh, should we even utter such a thing? It might even snow again. And bachelor buttons, cornflower, there are other flowers like calendula and phacelia and poppy that don't mind the snow and will be thoroughly undaunted. But bachelor buttons is quite daunted by the snow, and that cold soil, they will rot rather than germinate. And so we now must look at that beautiful packet and just wait until final frost, which will be somewhere around mid-May, late May. And then you'll want to plant them either in a container, a 5-gallon or more container, or in the ground. Just make sure that whether it's in a container or in the ground, that it's open ground, ready to just receive seeds. And really common mistakes people make, you only need to sow seeds twice their depth. So most seeds people plant way too deep. And so you barely need, you'll see when you open up your packet, and you can even do this before you plant them. If you have that packet now, go ahead and open them. Seeds are so magical. And so open that packet, put them in your hands, and see what they remind you of. They kind of remind me of shuttlecocks, when we're soon playing badminton. They're just these delightful little oblong things with these little wild wisps ready to send them away and disperse them on the wind, or perhaps a rabbit foot. And so just take a look at them. Before you sow them, just spend that moment and remember that acorns grow oaks and that these tiny little beings will surround you with so much beauty and abundance. And so that's the key. You want to direct sow them only once the soil is warm and the air is warm. It's not going to frost. So late May is perfect for us here in Zone 5 and the greater Rochester area. And then you'll want to keep them well weeded, and you want to only have one every 8-10 inches, even a foot. If they're closer than that, they'll grow lots of foliage, but they'll be stressing each other out. If we're all too close in, there's just that fine edge of knowing that we're all one, but still being our individual beings. So making sure that there's just one bachelor button, one cornflower plant every 8-10 inches is beautiful. And then just watch them grow, and feel free to send us pictures, and feel free to just lean in. You are so not alone, friends, and I look so forward to accompanying you on this journey.
Thank you so very much for that. I feel like I learned a lot, and I'm going to have to really think and reflect on what it means to be stressed if we're too close, to be patient, and to know that not only do acorns grow oaks, but apparently shuttlecocks grow corn and bachelors. So
Oh, might I share another shameless plug? If you're enjoying this moment and thinking of sowing seeds, we have created an entire seed starting academy, and it's totally free. It's a $100 online course that we made free a year ago when the pandemic hit, and we realized that we all need this information more than ever, and we can't have barriers between sharing this information. So it's totally free on our website, and just a small token of thanks to the seeds and to the humans, all of which are our ancestors for millennia, who have been teaching us generosity and reminding us to share what we love with people we love. So if you'd love to dive into seed saving more, including bachelor buttons and tomatoes and 1,000 other, well, maybe 200 other things, you'll find our free Seed Starting Academy on our website as well. And you'll find lots of those little nuggets sprinkled amid where I can't help myself but to share these well beyond technical tips of what is actually being grown when we grow our gardens, because I think our gardens are growing us more than they're growing. We are growing them.
thank you, Petra. Thank you for sharing your seeds and your wisdom with us. Thank you for giving us with that parting line of allowing our gardens to grow us. May the technical and the spiritual grow us. May we know that we too are seeds, and may we be planted and bloom.
Now we'll do our offering. Money, pardon the expression, is like manure. It is not worth a thing unless it's spread around, encouraging young things to grow, just like our seeds. In that spirit, I invite you now into the spiritual practice of generosity. Each week, members and friends generously contribute to our offering to help sustain the work and witness of our church, as well as an organization with whom we split the collection. This week, we share the plate with Grupo Cultural Latinos en Rochester, a non-for-profit that focuses on sharing the diverse folklore of Latino communities through dance classes, bilingual story time, public performances, and more. Programs are offered to all children, adults, and seniors, transcending barriers of language and culture. Our participants learn to work together and develop personal standards of excellence, a pride of achievement, and a curiosity about the Latin American world. There are many ways to give, including Venmo and Simple Church. Please give as you are able.
$525,000 600 minutes, 525,000 moments so dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife. In 525,600 minutes, how do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measure in love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to land, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In truths that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the way that she died. It's time now to sing out, the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember love, love. Remember love, love. Remember love, love. Measure in love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
I came here to the church grounds, the ground that we have been entrusted to for our spiritual growth and our community, to witness the first signs of spring. But not just any signs. Some particular signs at the turn of the equinox. Native signs. Not the daffodils or the crocuses that we might have planted to come up earlier than the turning has always gone for this earth right here. But the signs that have abided over hundreds and hundreds of years. What signs of spring were well known to the minds and eyes and bodies of the peoples whose ancestral homes this earth here is? What witness did the Senecas, the people of the western door of the Haudenosaunee, know and continue to know, that rise and rise again out of the earth herself, beside the asphalt's brick and stone? To my surprise, what the earth shows now in the turn that she has always shown are very, very few signs of native green shoots. The thaw, we know, has to be first, and under the snow, I can see the remnants of what is to come and has not yet regenerated. You, ostrich ferns, have not yet lifted your tall fiddleheads beside the remaining Christmas ferns here. Nor you, the false Solomon seal's thin, beautiful stalks that fill in and wind down the path. No newborn coneflower or butterfly weed or sedges yet greet us beside the entrance here. No black-eyed Susans in the parking lot. No violets scatter in the hillside. But still, the native trees, with your roots deep in the earth, roots that have for thousands of years, generation after generation, who have known this earth and this climate here, express the change we can see and touch and witness. Crossing this bridge of seasons with your expression is red twig dogwood. In the late fall and early winter, your twigs grow increasingly red until they peaked
in mid to late February, vibrant and beautiful, known by these names by the Haudenosaunee. You have begun to show your tiny sprouted ends, where your creamy white flowers and berries will bloom, and your bark will return again to green and paler brown as the spring and summer warmth continues. Related to the red twig dogwood are flowering dogwoods. No words are needed for your native gorgeous signs. As these blossoms will one day, your root bark, deep within the earth, also has the power to detox our bodies, keep fever down, and act as an astringent for our skins. And you, native redbuds, will spray your pinks into the air. You have spread many babies in the lower garden area. Your seed pods have fed many, a powerful food legume. And here you, the great tulip tree, have begun to bud. From deep down in the earth, you rise up, the tallest of the natives in our area. Quick to grow because of your size, you have carried many across the waters and dug out canoes. Robin Wall Kimmerer says that we should at least get to know the names of the plants and other beings who so generously teach us and our relatives in the life on earth as a sign of our gratitude and our respect for their dignity and their worth. She often has named research that says that the average American person knows about 10 names of plants around them and about 100 logos of companies. She said, I quote, "Birds, bugs, and berries are spoken of in my tradition with the same respectful grammar as humans are, as if we were all members of the same family, because we are." In her language, there is no it for nature. Living beings are referred to as subjects, never as objects, and personhood is extended to all who breathe and some who don't. She urges all people to consider the relationship, not us to that, or to nature, or me and it, but being to being, each with our own name and each with our own identity, coexisting beside each other. So in this turning, we take pause to know you, to listen to your ways and your wisdom, to recognize you, and to honor the expression of your life and the renewal among the many peoples who call this place sacred in the turn.
Thank you so much, Sheila, for this reminder of our connectedness to the rest of the earth, this planet we're navigating, and how we owe our respect to the trees and the rest of living things. And now we will switch to our child blessing and dedication ceremony. From the beginning of time, parents have been bringing their children before their communities and families to dedicate and bless these new lives. We too come out of such a tradition. From time to time, we conduct a wondrous ritual we call a child dedication ceremony. At First U, we frame our ritual around the four earth elements: water, earth, fire, and air. The Ranger family and the Carter family received certain items prior to today to facilitate their participation in the ritual. I hope, as suggested during the announcement, that you are able to gather near you some water, a bit of dirt, and a chalice or candle so that you too may participate along with the families. And if you weren't able to do that, that's okay. You can follow along and maybe do so in your mind's eyes.
Hi all, we're the Rangers. This is Henry, baby Joyce in the pink, baby Ruth in the green, and Allison and Luna over here.
Hi, we're the Carters. I'm Jen.
I'm Charlie.
And this is our daughter, Laurel Rose Sunshine. She's 7 months old.
And we're so happy to be dedicating her at First Unitarian, our spiritual home. We recently moved to Buffalo, and we miss you all. And yeah.
We want to say thank you so much for your love, your support, your generosity. We miss you all, and we love you so much. Thank you. Yay, say hi. Hi.
In fall, as part of our homecoming, we gather our waters together.
We trust that in community, the wellspring of living waters runs deep.
And then when we gather it up, we filter it, we boil it, and we bottle it. And this bottle sits in my office this year at home, just waiting for this moment to be a blessing to you. I invite you to place drops of water on your children's hands or on your hands.
May you be blessed with a thirst for life.
May the rivers that you travel be wild and still. May the currents and peace come to you when you need them.
May this water remind you that even when you most need forgiveness, the rain falls on us all and offers renewal.
Each day, you can begin again in love.
Later in the year, we held our memory tree worship service. Taking time to notice and hold our losses together, we lifted up grief as part of what it means to live fully.
Beautiful autumn leaves of many colors decay and then drop, and then are remade over time into soil and earth that yields new life.
I invite you to step into or place some of this earth on your children's feet, on your feet.
May you always remember that you are a child of the earth. May skin, knees, and dirt under your fingernails be a blessing, proof that this business of living is messy and completely yours.
May this earth hold you always, providing solid ground when you are in need of assurance.
May the abundance that springs from humble dirt nourish and strengthen you, and may you know the joy of gratitude and stewardship.
Halfway through the church year, we gather for the winter solstice.
In the embrace of darkness, we write something that we wish to lift up or let go of onto strips of special paper.
We gather the prayers of this community in our cauldron, and with fire from our chalice, set them ablaze in a great burst of heat and light.
Today, we bless you with fire in another, more gentle form.
I now invite the parents of our little ones being dedicated to light the special paper that we have sent you and to which you have added a hope for your child.
May your mind be blessed with the fire of knowledge, your heart with the fire of compassion, and your soul with the fire of commitment.
May our flaming chalice be a beacon that helps light your way, and may you always know the warmth of this community's love for you.
Finally, we bless you with the last of the four elements, air. In all our gatherings, air that flows into and out of our lungs makes possible all of our words, our songs, our dances, and our very presence.
This air that we breathe is pure grace, not given from us to you, but it comes from the breathing of the trees and all the respiration in our natural world.
You came into this world having not ever taken a breath before, and then, when the world around you changed with it, and entered into a new interdependence.
Our faith is as essential as the air we breathe.
and its mutuality that gives all life the same. We pledge at First Unitarian to nurture your spiritual life by growing your unique place in the web of existence that we all share. I invite everybody now to blow a stream of air into the ears of your beloveds.
Let this be a blessing to remind you to listen to the wind of your own spirit that is ever related to the generosity and abundance of the life around you.
May you have cool breezes at your back, open spaces where you can listen and be listened to, opportunities to catch your breath.
May the love of life flow to you and from you.
Hi, Laurel. It's your Aunt Kathy.
And Aunt Miranda.
We want you to know that we'll always be here for you whenever you need help figuring life out.
We already love you so much, and we can't wait to watch you grow. We know you're going to be an amazing human, and we're honored to help you out along the way. We love you.
Joyce, it is our great honor to welcome you to the community here at First Unitarian. Our prayer for you is that your days may be blessed with abundant joy, revolutionary wonder, and great love, both for yourself and this wild world. May it be so. Amen.
Hi.
Hi, Laurel.
Hi.
Uncle Ryan, Aunt Vicky, and Cousin Henry here. Just wanted to say how much we love you, how happy we are that you're in the world, and that we're always going to be here if you have any questions or just need a little help along the way on your journey. We're always here to keep you safe and to help you be happy.
That's right. You can count on us.
And Laura Rose has a message for all of us to say together today. Let's say together, I am strong. I am brave. Let's see your shirt. I am loved. I am enough. She wants you to know that you are so strong, you are so brave, you are so loved, and you are so enough. Thank you.
In this ceremony of dedication, we as parents, friends, and members of this congregation pledge ourselves to the growth and spiritual nurturing of Laurel, Rose, and Joyce, Carter family, and Ranger family, and bringing your children to be celebrated and welcome into this congregation. You acknowledge that they are more than your own creation and your private concern, that they need your loving care and your determination to guide them with understanding and commitment. Your affection and devotion will support them for many years. So you promise, to the best of your ability, by your example, your love, your wisdom, to lead Joyce and Laurel Rose in the way of goodness, beauty, justice, and truth?
We will.
We will.
Now I invite everyone to switch to gallery view, especially the Ranger family and the Carter family, just so you can see the community that is behind you as you raise your children. And to the children of this community, as Joyce and Laurel Rose begin their lives and grow among us, they soon will take their place with you in the activities of this congregation. Welcome them and do your best to help them understand that, like you, they are precious people and of inherent worth and dignity. And to the entire congregation, Will you, members and friends, rejoice with these parents in the birth of their children? Because by recognizing Laurel, Rose, and Joyce, you acknowledge you are willing to care and respect them, just as you try to love and respect all children. Will you share this family and the large community the responsibility and joy of providing a safe, nurturing, and challenging place for these children to grow? And if you're in agreement, will you say, we will?
We will.
We will.
We will. We will.
By greeting Joyce, you're welcome. By greeting Joyce and Laurel Rose, you let them and their family know that they will always be welcome here. Will you welcome them along with me? Say welcome.
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 Sacred source of all life and sacred source of all life and source of these new lives in our midst.
Off of gallery view, but
Grant these parents
they just
and
switched
to all those who surround this family the wisdom and courage and strength to lead these children in the journey of life. May this congregation be for them a firm root, a circle of love, and a source of vision. Be blessed.
Please join me now in singing our closing hymn, The Garden Song.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music from the land. Plant your rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
May we continue to grow in our own spirituality as individuals and as a faith community. And may we use this growth to enrich the development of the children of this church and beyond. Worship has ended, and now the service truly begins.